Shallots are onion-like crops that grow in clusters, and you can start these from seed, or you can actually get them from your local garden center in the springtime. And we've got some here growing in front of our very nice looking celery. And I've pulled the weeds here, and they didn't do very well as expected, but here's a good example of what shallots will do. You plant the bulblet, or the bulb here, and it will divide itself into 4, 5, 6, 7, however many clusters. And these are a little sweeter than the actual onion that you would get or grow. Now, these work very well if you're going to do a soup or stew or roast. You can just throw the whole item, the whole bulb in there, and then when it's cooled down after it comes out of the oven, you squeeze it and it all pops right out of the skin. So you don't have to do a lot of peeling. If you don't like to peel, this is not the item to grow for you. So we've got several different sizes and variations of them. And you preferably want to go in full sun, which we have that here at the back side of the garden. And good draining soil, which we've had a lot of rain. And try to weed free, which we have failed miserably at. So our gardens are not always perfect. So it's the reality of things. But with this here, with these shallots, here's a good example how these are all grown together. It was started with one bulb and then it divided itself. Somewhat similar to garlic, but you take one clove and you put it in there and it goes to a big bulb. So that's kind of what you got going on here with your shallots. And mild onion flavor, a little sweeter. And you can see this one here had gone to seed. And that's what will happen. They are part of the onion family. So I'll just go ahead and throw that in there and we'll use that one first. Just like if an onion goes to seed, it's not going to store very good. Now we'll just take these and clean these up and hang them in a netting bag in the kitchen and use them as we need them. And in the spring, if we have any left, we go ahead and replant them. Some of these have been replanted for 4 or 5 years now. That's another one that went to seed. And we just continue to regrow them. Preferably, we try to use the biggest ones, but if come springtime, we still have a lot, all of them go on the ground, and then we just deal with what we have as a harvest. Let's see, I got one more there. A couple more there. Nope, that's it. So we didn't plant a whole lot. I think we planted like 9 plants in this area, and we did get a nice little cluster of them. Now, if we were going to replant them, let's say it was springtime, I would go ahead and grab these bigger ones, break them apart, and then plant the biggest bulbs. And then if I had room, I'd go with the smaller ones. So shallots, it's an easy crop to grow. If you have a little extra space and you want a different variety or different type of onion, this is similar to an onion, and it grows, multiplies, and does very well.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.